If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
Jack Kowalski is being interviewed about his wife. Beta, née Żurowska, was born in the Polish People's Republic and immigrated to the United States at the age of 16. After marrying, Jack and Beta had 2 children, a daughter named Maya and a son named Kyle. They lived in Venice, Florida. In early 2015, at the age of 10, Maya begins experiencing breathing problems, headaches, blurred vision, chest congestion, skin lesions, lower limb dystonia, and debilitating chronic pain. The family visits various doctors and hospitals, but receives no firm diagnosis of Maya's illness. Beta, an infusion nurse who had been meticulously documenting every appointment, searches the internet for answers until eventually discovering anesthesiologist Dr. Anthony Kirkpatrick in September 2015. Dr. Kirkpatrick diagnoses Maya with advanced complex regional pain syndrome, CRPS, a disease that can be treated with ketamine. After low doses of ketamine prove to be ineffective, Dr. Kirkpatrick recommends a ketamine coma, whereby Maya would be given a large amount of ketamine to induce a 5-day coma. After a successful ketamine coma, Maya's pain and symptoms drastically improve. The Kowalskis cannot afford to continue Dr. Kirkpatrick's treatments, however, and are instead recommended to the care of Dr. Ashraf Hanna, who prescribes 1,000 mg of ketamine daily for Maya. For a year, Maya's symptoms are minimal and the family returns to normalcy. During Hurricane Matthew in October 2016, Maya relapses severely and Jack takes her to the emergency room at Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital while Beta is at work. The staff at the hospital are unfamiliar with CRPS and are concerned at the amount of ketamine that Maya has been receiving. After Beta arrives at the hospital, the physicians comment that she is belligerent, demanding, and controlling regarding Maya's treatments. The hospital staff treat Maya with little improvement and begin to question the validity of Maya's diagnosis. Beta is frustrated with the care that Maya is receiving and begins talking about leaving the hospital. The staff, on suspicion that Maya is a victim of Munchausen syndrome by proxy, contact Child Protective Services. Dr. Sally Smith, a child abuse pediatrician, interviews Maya and her father and comes to the conclusion that Beta is abusing Maya. A nurse informs Jack that Maya is now under state custody and orders him to leave. The Kowalskis hire a lawyer, Deborah Salisbury, who tells them that cases like theirs are common. Florida's child welfare system is privatized, and Salisbury finds out that Dr. Smith works for the Suncoast Center, which provides services to Pinellas County, where Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital is located. Salisbury also finds out that children in Pinellas County are almost 2.5 times as likely to be removed from their families when compared to the state average in Florida. Beta is unable to speak with Maya over the phone, which frustrates her and causes her to criticize the hospital staff. She and Jack get into heated arguments as Jack urges her not to create more tension with the hospital. A judge issues a no-contact order between Beta and Maya remains in state custody at the hospital. After 4 days, Jack is allowed to visit Maya under strict conditions, and he is distressed at the sight of his daughter's condition worsening. Without the ketamine treatments, Dr. Kirkpatrick informs the Kowalskis that Maya's prolonged severe pain could cause her death. Beta is finally allowed to speak with Maya on the phone under the strict supervision of Kathy Betty, a social worker. Jack searches Betty on the internet and finds out that she had been arrested for child abuse. After one phone call where Maya cries for her mother, Betty tries to get Beta's calling privileges revoked. Beta is now under pending investigation by the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office. A detective interviewing Jack asks if he would be compliant if Maya was released under the condition that she could have no contact with her mother. And Jack tells her yes. The family suspects that law enforcement is trying to make Jack turn on Beta, which causes further strain on their relationship. The family goes through several court hearings that result in the judge siding with the hospital and Dr. Smith. After one hearing where Beta is denied the ability to give her daughter one hug, she is devastated and becomes increasingly desperate. On January 8, 2017, after 87 days of her daughter in state custody, Beta commits suicide. In 2020, a reporter named Daphne Chen is investigating child welfare in Florida when she comes across the Kowalskis case. She discovers that there have been several cases like Maya's, all originating from reports made by Dr. Smith. Jack decides to file a lawsuit against Johns Hopkins All Children's Hospital. Although at the time the documentary was produced, the trial had been stayed indefinitely.